The airport was mayhem. Delayed flights, missed connections, restless toddlers and fraying nerves hung thick in the air like static electricity. Jake Carter, 34 years old, single dad, weathered hands, soft eyes, stood at gate B14, a baby carrier strapped tightly to his chest. His son, Noah, just 11 months old, burned quietly with a fever. They'd already missed 2 standby flights. Jake clutched their boarding passes like they were parachutes. Then came the voice. "Carter? Jake?" the airline rep called. He stepped forward. "We've got 1 seat left." Jake blinked. "Just one?" She nodded apologetically. "You'll have to hold him on your lap." His heart sank as he looked down at Noah's flushed face, but he didn't hesitate. "Thank you," he murmured, voice thick with exhaustion. He adjusted the straps on the carrier, drawing strength from gratitude. They were finally heading back to Seattle, after burying Jake's father in New York. Boarding pass in hand, he stepped onto the plane, whispering lullabies to calm the baby. 28B, the flight attendant said, pointing to the very back. He trudged down the aisle, bumping elbows and brushing knees, offering quiet apologies. Almost to his seat, he heard a voice. "Excuse me." A woman in first class stood up, elegant, composed. "Is that your seat?" she asked the attendant. "No, ma'am. He's in economy." She turned to Jake. "Sir, would you and your baby like to sit here instead?" Jake froze. I can't. You paid for this." She smiled gently. "Yes, I did, and I'd like to give it to you." The attendant opened her mouth, but the woman raised her hand. "I insist." For a second, the cabin held its breath. Passengers peeked from behind seats. A college student lowered her earbuds. A businessman raised an eyebrow. Jake's eyes welled up. He nodded, unable to find words. He sank into the plush seat, adjusting Noah against his chest. The woman took his wrinkled boarding pass and made her way to the back without fanfare, like someone who had just done something extraordinary and didn't need recognition. 3 hours later, they landed in Seattle. Jake looked for her at baggage claim, but she was gone. A week passed. Then a small envelope arrived. No return address. Inside, a card. "When my daughter was 2, a stranger gave me a seat in first class so I could feed her in peace. It changed the way I see the world. Pay it forward when you can. Always. L." Jake read it over and over, tears falling silently. 2 years later.
Her eyes widened. "Are you serious?" He smiled. "Someone once did the same for me." And just like that, the kindness loop closed and opened again.
Because sometimes the smallest seat carries the biggest heart. Not every gesture has to be grand. Sometimes it's simply about seeing someone, really seeing them, and choosing compassion over convenience. A single moment, a quiet offer, and a kindness that travels far beyond the flight.